Okay, let's keep going with this inventory. You can quick start yourself if you want by once again copying the character menu and the character widget, and then make an inventory menu and an inventory widget. Now this one's going to be really simple. I have a couple borders in here just to make it look fancy. And then I added this thing in here called a scroll box. Now, to make this work right, you have to pay attention to your size. So, for my box here, I'm doing 450 by 400. Pay attention to your size. And then here I put the weight, and here I got a weight number. And then after you do that, we need one more widget. This one doesn't need a menu part, but we do need another widget. And this one, I made the canvas panel 400 by 50. And I made this kind of, this is a button. This is a button. The button is 400 by 50, so it fills the whole canvas. In the middle here, I just have a text and I have it on center. And then over here, at a size of 50/50, I have an image. Okay, following me so far? So, now what's going to happen is we're going to make it so this inventory automatically gets populated with these item buttons. So first let's do the buttons. So first, in order to construct our buttons, let's see here. One thing we gotta do is make sure that this text block is a variable. Let's see here. The button should already be a variable too, by default. Okay? And then that way, you can pull out your text block here, and you can set your text. And then you can grab your details from here and split it up. And then we're gonna take the name. We're gonna append that with a dash. And then we're gonna get the quantity. And then we're gonna set that to the text. And then for the image, we're going to grab our image from our item and set that as a texture. So every time this populates with an item, it's automatically going to get the name, automatically get the quantity, and the picture. And if you wanted to, you could throw the weight on there too. But I decided to, with mine, to just go with the name and the quantity, because I'm already going to have the weight total down here. I didn't feel like showing the individual weights. So now with this one, let's come to our graph. Let's see, make sure your scroll box is a variable again. And this I just have bound to my character. I have my character's weight here and the maximum weight. And that's all I'm doing for that. Nice and simple. Oh, whoopsie. And then for our scroll box, it's real simple. To populate all those items, we cast through a character, we get our inventory, we check the actual slot for information, we clear the scroll box of any children that it currently has, we check the keys, we go through all the keys, and one by one we create a widget for each key that we find. And then we add a child. And then what that's going to do is, for like I said, for each item it finds, it's going to create one of these buttons. If it doesn't find an item, it doesn't create a button. And then this part here keeps the item, keeps the list refreshed. So if we add an item while we're still looking at it, or we remove an item while we're still looking at it, it'll refresh the screen. This is kind of a hacky way to do it, and it's probably not right, but it's working for now. Okay. I think that covered all of it. So if you have everything set up right, you have all your items set, you should be able to now add items to your inventory. Wait, no, I know I'm missing something here. Hold up. Go back to here. I forgot to show you how do we get the items back out? That's why we made them a button. So we cast to our inventory again and get our slot. This is our on-clicked button function. When we click on the button, we find out which item it is. Then we use our drop function. And then we spawn the item that we drop right where our hand is, where our hand grabber is. Nice and simple. So now, if we have everything set up right, when you grab an item and use it, you'll add it to the inventory. Then, if you want to get it back, you just click on it and it will pop back out. Let me show you what I'm talking about. We will now be able to, oh no, there's one more thing I just forgot. How do we get the inventory out? Come to our character here, and what we're going to do is come up here. And if we're not holding an item in our hand, in our left hand when we press the A button, then what we're going to do is we're going to spawn our inventory menu. And we're going to spawn it in this default location that I created, called an inventory spawn location. And all I did with that is I placed it where I thought the inventory looked good to me. I have to rotate it 180 in order to see me. And then I attached it to the head mesh. And that's the same thing we're doing here. After I spawn it to the inventory location, I attach the component to my head. And that way, wherever I look, the inventory is going to stay there. And then I press the button again, and the inventory menu that it spawned will be destroyed. Now we're all done. Now we can test it out. Whew. That was a lot of work. But now we should be able to press the button, and there's our inventory. And I can walk up here and start grabbing items. I press my use button, there it is. Press it again, there we go. Press it again, wow. Let's recover that key. Oh, there it is. I can just pick it up and go click. Right. And of course, I've stripped out the function from here. All it does is open the chest at the moment. But let's grab some of these potions, some money, some gems, and the gems once again no longer put up the total like the coins. We have to go and sell the gems now, or that's what my plan is. Now I wanted to show you this part real quick. This is where I put my items on top of to take their picture. So I give them a little white background. I put the static mesh on here, and then I just took a screenshot of the item. And that's how I got these little pictures. I took a screenshot, put it into Photoshop, removed the background, and there you go. There's the first part of our inventory. Now, my next plan with the inventory is to put it on these treasure chests so that when the chest opens up, like so, it's going to have its own little inventory pop up like this, and then we're going to be able to, I want to be able to select the items that I want to loot from the chest. We'll see you in the next video.